Good morning. Man, oh man, does it feel good to be out of Capricorn energy for this Aquarius moon? I didn't even film that on a Capricorn day, but I was still feeling the Capricorn energy. And I want to bring up a very specific point that I forgot to bring up that helped me remember zodiac information is not only the season, like we talked about in the previous videos, or the zodiac season of the year, but also think of people in your life that you know their sun sign is Capricorn or Aquarius or any of the other signs that we're talking about, because that helps you tap into that zodiac energy as well. And for me personally, my mom is a Capricorn. So Capricorn energy is very strict and disciplined and clean your room, do your chores kind of energy. And I forgot to remind you of that in the previous videos. So if you know any Aquarius people, they might be a little weird like me. And it doesn't help that I am a Leo sun and Aquarius moon. So not only am I weird, but Leos need to be really flashy and showy about it. So I'm feeling way more at home in this Aquarius energy that we're tapping into today. And I'm going to talk about the crown chakra. We had a little bit of debate about this the last time we did the moon challenge, what chakra a lot of the signs corresponded to, but Aquarius was one of them. It was I think Earth Star chakra came up for it, which I really did not connect with at all personally, because Aquarius is an air sign, which air sign is mental wisdom activity. So it's up here in the crown chakra. I could totally see soul star chakra as well, which is a foot above your crown chakra. So it's kind of up to you how you feel about it. I think today I will do crown chakra, and then tomorrow I will do soul star, unless feel free to comment. And hi, future Allison. Let me know if you have any different opinion, because you change your opinion all the time. So we are going to check out a bunch of different perspectives of the Aquarius energy, starting with the 12 Faces of the Goddess by Danielle Blackwood, because I feel like she has the closest information to what you're receiving in the planner here. Aquarius is the water bearer of the zodiac and quenches our thirst for new ideas. This is the refreshing change that we need in a new year. Ruled by Uranus, the revolutionary, makes it important that Aquarius stay focused on the collective and helping others, otherwise can be known as a rebel without a cause. Aquarius helps to approach our New Year's resolution with fresh ideas. When the moon is in Aquarius, focus on out-of-the-box thinking to work towards your goals. And then moving back into the elements, again, on air days, I tend to focus on mental activity, things that require brain power. This could be meditating, reading. I like to do yoga and like gentle sort of movement compared to like the very physical strength building kind of things that we focused on for Capricorn. So I recommend eating lighter foods unless you have excess air energy and need to ground yourself and need to eat heavier foods. Again, it's just about finding that balance and what works for you. Breathing exercises is really good breath work. So this information is coming from your creating an elemental routine, which will be in the new moon in Aquarius. I'm just using that as an example because it's the information I've already given you on the elements. That's just right here for you to access anytime that you need to. So what Daniel Black... Sorry. What Daniel Blackwood recommends is, another thing you should know about me if you're new here, I don't edit things. I mean, I might try occasionally, but I don't edit things. We're just shooting this like off the cuff. Like, that's just how I roll. I don't have time. It takes long enough to record as it is. So although it is the heart of winter, after the sun's rebirth on winter solstice, we now begin to notice the return of the light. So Aquarius season is mid-February. So we're starting to warm up a little bit, especially if you're in the southern United States like I am. If you're in a northern state that's still pretty cold, you still feel that shift, especially after Imbolc. It's almost like your winter shell is cracking. That's how it always felt to me when I lived in New England. It was like it was cracked but you weren't ready to like take it off yet. You're just kind of like, okay, the sun is coming in. I see it. So while only a few short weeks ago it was velvety black at 5 p.m, there is now a golden glow on the western horizon that infuses hope into the most winter-weary soul. The cross-quarter festival that occurs during Aquarius season is Imbolc. Aquarius season is mid-January. So Imbolc is right in the middle of Aquarius season. I'm sorry. Sacred to the Celtic goddess Bridget, Imbolc is a time of inspiration and hope, a time to look to the future and contemplate what seeds one will plant. Aquarius is a fixed air sign, which means that it occurs in the heart of the season and resonates with the intellectual and objective element of air, reflecting the natural world's promise of awakening and the anticipation of rebirth that will come in spring. The Aquarius archetype is forward-looking and visionary. After the survival-oriented, conservative worldview of Capricorn, Aquarius is a wild card, a nonconformist. Lost my place. I really wanted to emphasize the nonconformist part. A nonconformist rule breaker who speaks without filter and unabashedly celebrates its differences. The modern ruler of Aquarius is Uranus. And when she says modern ruler, before the planet Aquarius was discovered, I believe it was also, I think it was also ruled by Capricorn because we hadn't discovered Uranus yet, but I'm not sure about that. I mean, Saturn. So Saturn and Aquarius and Capricorn were both ruled by Saturn before Uranus was discovered, I believe. I'm not 100% of that. So Uranus is known as the Great Awakener, and those with Aquarius prominent in their charts do tend to challenge the status quo and question assumptions, which often leads to a paradigm shift, aligning Aquarius with the archetypes of the revolutionary and the rebel. Aquarius is connected to the collective, and although the sign is highly creative, her visions and revelatory flashes of insights are usually about the bigger picture in some way. And while she is instantly concerned with community, or innately concerned with community, tribe, and group consciousness, Aquarius can be somewhat detached on a personal level. Her eye is on the wider, more holistic view of the given situation. This identification with the collective gives Aquarius a finger on the pulse awareness, as she is gifted with the intuitive ability to read patterns and know which way the tides are turning. This gives way to Aquarius' reputation for being progressive and futuristic, always on the forefront or cutting edge of a new social movement or direction. Because they are often amongst the first to pick up on subtle shifts in the collective unconscious, it is sometimes not until much later that they are recognized as the visionaries they are, and often considered to be weird. Aquarius is often ahead of her time, and her radical ideas and brilliant originality sometimes leads to a reputation of being quirky or eccentric. I'm just going to stop there and also point out that the reason that she uses she as a reference is because this book is a feminine archetype of all of the zodiac signs. The 12 faces of the goddess is what it's called again. So with that said, let's dive into the crown chakra mantra, which is Om. Oh, I wanted to use my other mala today, my weird mala. My non-traditional mala. So these are, and this is kind of an example of the ones that I usually have in my shop that I just don't have anymore. I've managed to get it all tangled. My cat thinks she's playing with me. No, it's not a toy for you. Okay. Ow, ow, ow. Sorry. Okay. It was a little tangled. So it's in a rosary style chain link. It still has a guru bead in the center that I use this charm, and then I also use other charms to represent the upper world, the lower world, and the middle world, because it's specifically related to all the elements and the 4 directions. So the 4 directions plus the vertical directions. I know that's really confusing, but it's kind of similar. We have the central guru bead here, and then we go around with our Om chant. Om, 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 Shanti, Shanti, Om. It's hard to lean forward and do those. I could really feel, like, I feel very warm now. Like, I feel like the energy is flowing. I stopped a little bit in part of it because I noticed one of my beads is missing, but the chain link is still there. While I was, how did that make you feel? How does that feel different compared to the Earth Star or the root chakra? Again, I can just like feel the energy moving, which is possibly because we were focusing on the root chakra before, so all our energy was down, and now we're bringing it up to the top. So a little bit about the moon phases before we share another version of Aquarius energy is that right now we're in the waxing crescent phase. We've moved away from the new phase, which was in Capricorn. And what I have found, and you might feel differently about this, and you're going to see these different, as we're talking about Aquarius, you're going to see these different perspectives of other astrologers and other moon phase books and that sort of thing, is like we focus so much on new moon intentions and starting new things. And I have personally learned, and this might just be how I feel about it, is that I'm not physically starting things on the new moon. I am writing things down and making lists and making a plan, figuring out what to do, and not necessarily taking an action. Little kitties coming by. Mostly because I don't have a lot of energy around the new moon. When the moon is dark, there's not light, and light is energy, right? So we just have a little tiny sliver today. If we were able to see it, if you were able to see it during the day, you might see a little sliver of it. And again, go to thattimeanddate.com to find the moonrise and moonset times. But I used to put pressure on myself to start a workout plan, start a diet, start a project, work on an idea, and they would kind of fizzle and crumble, or I would feel the pressure of trying to start something when I didn't have any energy to do it. So I've learned that this whole week between the new moon phase and the first quarter, really, is maybe taking baby steps or still planning that. At least now, for me, like right now, it's just planning, like thinking about it. How do we make this work? How do we fit this into your schedule? How do you like really take the time to make the steps? That might just be my lesson because I don't have a lot of earth energy, so I often skip a lot of steps. I just jump into things. That might just be my lessons, but I have noticed that especially this time of year, my personal menstrual cycle falls on the new moon. So I really don't have any energy. It's one of the reasons why I'm pre-recording this, is because I knew I wouldn't want to be social. I know I don't want to be live. So I just, these are just the things that I've learned, and now I understand how to work with them for me personally. However, if you are a Capricorn sun and you were really feeling this new moon and you are just like ready to jump the gun on your diet or exercise or project or career or whatever it is, then do it and make note of that in your mood chart, and remember that you feel like that on that day or when that energy is available to you. Personally, I don't. So I take things slowly and gradually, but again, that might be my lesson because that's not natural to me. My comfort zone is like, well, let's just try it out and see if it works. So I have to force myself to be slow and steady and take the time to plan and organize and get ready. Otherwise, I just like jump right into things. So let's jump into what Yasmin Boland says about the new moon in Aquarius. She says that Aquarius is all about progress and modernity. So this is the time to move forward. The new moon in Aquarius card means no looking back. Change is on its way and it could come quickly. Whether you get the change you want depends both on whether you believe you can have it and how much you're relying on others to bring it to you. This card comes with the suggestion that you may need to do things independently on your own, but be loving, not too pragmatic. Time may be of the essence when this card comes up. Aquarius energy has an eclectic feel to it. Certainly, there is a sense that you need to let go of the past and move towards your future as soon as possible. So again, just change is a really great word. Again, find your own keywords for all of these phases, and you can mark them in the beginning of your planner with the zodiac signs. Because I really want you to encourage you to figure out what these energies mean to you and how you're affected by these energies. I think it's really important to point out that she recommends starting when the moon is in Aquarius, starting things when the moon and just change. Change is a really good keyword there. Going to pick a crown chakra card for us while we're talking about air energy and the element of air. Again, I like to meditate on air days, read, learn something, divine wisdom, learn something. So this card asks us, or reminds us that you radiate with divine wisdom. You are a teacher to many, especially by your lived example of beauty and grace. Trust your insight and the messages your guides are sending you. By trusting your wisdom, you avoid sabotage and fear-based decisions. Allow your mind to relax and welcome a new level of consciousness. Make note of the visions and information you receive and use them to faithfully pursue the path of your highest calling. The crystal that they recommend is scapolite. The herb is lavender. The crystals I recommend for Aquarius is amethyst, abalone, and angelite. The balancing stones are amazonite and lepidolite. Because one of the things with Aquarius energy, because it's community centered, it oftentimes does not reflect empathy towards the individual because they're concerned about everybody, not just one person. So Aquarius people do kind of tend to get a bad reputation for not being very empathetic towards other people's feelings and also kind of being cold. That might have to do with being like a winter season. Capricorn also has that kind of reputation, I guess you could say, for being cold because they're so focused on achievement and goals, whereas Aquarius is so focused on the collective that they're not often focusing on the individual. But again, look at your chart and see where Aquarius is. For me, Aquarius is my moon sign. So my moon sign, or your moon sign, is how you feel about things, how you feel on the inside. I oftentimes feel more like I relate to my Aquarius or my moon sign than I do to my sun sign. And look at what house, even if you don't have a planet in that sign, look at what house is there. My Aquarius is in the 12th house, which is subconscious kind of energy. So it helps me tap into my psychic abilities on an emotional level because it's my moon sign. But then my other signs kind of mixed in with that. I have Pisces, which Pisces cares about everything and feels everything. So that's kind of opposite energy of Aquarius. So I have learned that even though I do care about the collective, I also care about the individual. So that's not to say, like, if you're an Aquarius sun, that you don't care about how people feel. That's not what I'm trying to say here. It's just that energy of caring more about the collective. And how do you feel? Yeah, so remember yesterday when Athena threw up her dinner on my planner? That's what you're smelling. I've been trying to clean it up. This is so gross. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to start your day off with a cat butt in your face. So we'll talk more about the soul star chakra tomorrow. The crown chakra is our connection to the wisdom of the universe. And Aquarius, I feel like, taps into that energy because of the collective consciousness. They're able to tap into collective consciousness, and I feel like that is very crown chakra related. Again, the mantra we used was Om. That will help you connect to your crown chakra, and also hopefully help you collect to the celestial bodies in general, and also the collective consciousness there. Innovate is the word that I use for that. So it's about like imagining new ways of doing things. How are you going to start your regular routine? How are you going to add this on a Monday and on a Tuesday? How are you going to finish off your week with like a new routine, a new idea, whatever your intentions were set around? Be open in the Facebook group to talking about what you're setting your intentions around this year and this moon cycle, and how and if you are connecting to these specific energies. Let me know if you have any questions about your birth chart or need help deciphering it. I intend to do a live video working with people that need help with their birth chart, because even if you don't look at the graph, and you look at the graph and you get overwhelmed and don't understand how to read it, most charts have a little box on the side that has all the planets listed, and then next to it will be a sign, and it's easier to read once you know to just like look at that little box. Don't get scared of this big wheel that has all these symbols and signs on it. So let me know if you have any questions. We'll be talking about Aquarius again tomorrow, but comparing it to the soul star chakra. And I hope you have a good day. Thanks for joining me on this journey. Let me know if there's anything that you expected for it to be different and how you would like to see it change and grow, and or how I can help you be better connected or understand the things that I'm talking about, because I know that I kind of just like ramble, and let me know if you need any clarity, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But happy waxing crescent in Aquarius. How does that energy feel to you today? Make sure you're recording in your mood tracker, and let me know if you have any questions. I'm always here. I'm always happy to help and answer. Thanks so much.